Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome in. Today is Friday on March 29th, 2024, and we are back with more Dishonored 2 today. I wanted to finish Mission 7 yesterday, but there was just so much to showcase, and I thought I was almost done, and then I realized that if you take a certain path, it kind of extends the chapter a little bit. So we're gonna actually finish Mission 7 today and get a start on Mission 8. I'm not gonna put pressure on myself to finish Mission 8 today. I got a couple of just short announcements. So I thought about doing a weekend stream to try to hurry up and finish the game, but there's just been a ton of just symptoms that I've been overwhelmed this week. I've been very forgetful, even at work. Just a lot of weird things just adding up. So I feel like I'm putting too much pressure on myself to get things finished faster rather than, as fast as possible. And while I know that I did not rush Mission 7, I don't want to rush the rest of the game either. Yes, I have a kitty. So, a minor change for next week. So, there's not going to be a weekend stream. I have to work for the next 3 days, and streaming on work days is really... It's not super stressful, but I get hardly any time to just sit and think. And I think that's been kind of contributing to my... I guess spaciness and forgetfulness lately. So scratch the weekend stream this weekend. What we're gonna do instead is next week we're gonna do a split week of primary and secondary games. The original plan for next week was to finish Mirage and then jump right into the Techland Marathon. The reasoning behind that was because I wanted to have Dead Island 1 and Riptide done in time for Dead Island 2 to be released on Steam, which would be Monday. I don't know if we would be able to play it right away on that Monday morning, because number one, it's a work day, it's an early stream day. It releases on Monday, and I'm pretty sure you probably won't be able to preload it. I don't think Steam supports preloading any games, so like everybody will be downloading it at the same time, anybody who's getting it on Steam. And I just and I thought about it, I'm like, we did that poll where we tried to determine whether or not we were going to keep swapping out primary and secondary games, or if we were just going to do, one game continually until it's finished. And I looked at the calendar, and even if we finished Dishonored 2 this weekend, with the secondary game schedule, there's no way that we're going to be able to play Dead Island 2 on release day. But it's not a big deal. It'll still be there for us. The game has been out for a year. It's been an Epic exclusive for a year. So the hype around the release of it is probably, gone. So I'm just gonna say don't worry about it, and I'm not gonna rush myself. So no weekend stream. We're gonna do instead Monday and Tuesday, we're going to finish up Mirage. I'm hoping Mirage doesn't take more than 2 more days. I know I have 1 more primary target and then probably the final target. I'm hoping to be able to finish that on Tuesday. I'll take Wednesday off as usual. And then instead of starting the Techland Marathon on Thursday next week, since I'm not going to be able to meet the Dead Island 2 deadline anyway, we're just gonna finish Dishonored 2 on Thursday and Friday next week. So whatever progress we make today, we make. Whatever we don't, I'm not gonna stress over it. So no weekend stream. Monday, Tuesday, Mirage. Thursday, Friday, Dishonored 2. One minor note that may not even be a problem. I do have a dentist appointment at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, but that's 2 hours before my stream start time. So I won't really get a chance to be in streams much on Tuesday morning like I usually am, but I don't think it'll affect the stream start time to finish up Mirage on Tuesday. So yeah, that's the game plan. So today I'm starting about an hour early because today Necro has a jiu-jitsu seminar to go to in the evening, so he's not gonna be really around to eat our fast food dinner that we normally has. He doesn't like to eat before going to those, obviously. You don't want to eat and then go to a sporting event that you participate in anyway. So we decided to do pizza for lunch today. So I started an hour early because I didn't have to eat before stream, and we'll take about a 30-minute pizza lunch break in the middle of stream today. I'm pretty sure lunchtime will probably be around 11. I might order pizza between 10:30 and 11 and hope it's here by 11:30 or something for Necro's lunch. So yeah, we're here a little early today. Doesn't necessarily mean the stream's gonna end early. I'm still aiming to go until probably 2 or 3 p.m. today. Maybe we might even get Chapter 8 done. Maybe we won't. Like I said, I refuse to allow myself to stress over it. That's the plan. Let's do roll call here. Alizarin, thank you for being here first. Welcome in. Sunshine Soda, thank you for redeeming first. Alizarin, thank you for the clickbait. Sunshine Soda, good morning. Necro, good morning. I know you're working today. You've got your door shut. I know you've got meetings. Dr. Casper, I see you peeking and lurking. Yeah, that's Biba. Like, I don't want to steal all your screen time, but I do want you to know that I'm here. So, Biba is here. She has attended. Avi, welcome in. Good morning to you. Yeah, don't stress about it. Yeah, Dr. Casper, I'm here to see the pizza. Remember, there used to be a time, guys, when I would have back when I had no money to get pizza at all, I had a donation incentive that said if you put forth $20 for a pizza, we would have a pizza party on stream. And that used to be a thing because I couldn't afford the pizza myself, but if chat wanted me to have it, then I had that option, and we would do a special stream and take like a 30-minute or an hour break or something and just sit and shoot the shit. And now I can just have pizza whenever I want, because I got a job now, so I can just eat and drink whatever I want and whenever I want. So we're gonna have pizza today because I said so, because I want it. So yeah, I don't know what pizza we're gonna order, but when I get it, I will make sure to show everyone. This is your official invitation to our pizza party. You are allowed, I will allow it, for you to purchase your own pizza today and eat with us on stream. I'm gonna try to aim for about 11:30. We'll see what delivery looks like today. 11:30 is about 2.5 hours. Maybe a little past 2.5 hours today. Yeah, you have my permission to get pizza today. If for no other reason than I'm gonna convince you to eat pizza anyway. Hey Elle, welcome in. Good luck to you at the dentist and good luck at the sports to Necro, yeah. So for my dentist, it's just a cleaning, so nothing major. I do, however, expect them to tell me I need to get more fillings. I have fillings in my front teeth that are starting to get discolored, and I think it's time to have them replaced and redone, and I am not looking forward to it. I got these fillings when I was like 14 years old. I've got probably, out of my 30 or however many teeth you have, I probably have at least 15 or 20 fillings. That means like pretty much every other tooth has a filling in it in some sort. I had terrible dentists. I had terrible dental habits as a kid, and my teeth definitely suffered for it. But I also had good insurance at the time, so I was able to get it all fixed, after I ruined them for 13 years. Yeah, that was a time in my life. Anyway, those fillings in the front were like the most uncomfortable fillings of them worrying about jarring them and flossing and stuff. Because after I went to the dentist when I was a kid, it scared me into taking, like, what's the word? When you do something overboard? I started taking super good care of my teeth, like obsessing over it. Because of how traumatic it was for me as a 14-year-old to get my wisdom teeth out and 2 other teeth out at the same time. It was something I never want to do again. But I'm just going there for a cleaning, but I am expecting them to tell me it's time for them to, 25 years later, tell me it's time to redo my fillings. I am not looking forward to it. And as far as Necro goes, his seminar today, they have a, so Necro is a white belt, which is the lower belt. He's got a couple stripes, which means he's working his way to a blue belt. I don't know if that's his goal or not, but they're having a black belt come in to do, it's like a seminar or like a training and stuff, so kind of a big deal, a hubbub. So he's going to be attending that this evening. So he won't be around for fast food. Pizza sounds good. It's Friday. You can have pizza, and I will have beer later, so I will have pizza and beer. Hey, Sail Cat, welcome in. L, thank you for redeeming second. Pineapple, it depends, Zareth. It depends on if I feel like having pineapple on pizza. I do like pineapple on pizza, but I tend to favor the barbecue chicken pizza better, and that's what I tend to get. But I don't know what I'm in the mood for. What I am in the mood for will definitely change within 2 hours. Yeah, pizza party. How you doing, Zareth? Welcome in. Sailcat, quick question. It's been driving you crazy. What if you order something online? It's supposed to be delivered the next day with track and trace it, and it says it has arrived, but you got nothing. Then you order the same product from another web shop, and that also disappears. My brain tells me the delivery guy is a thief. What do you think? Well, what do you guys think, chat? I haven't had something not arrive that wasn't just late. I don't think I've seen something say it's been delivered when it hasn't been delivered. I don't know how often that happens. I mean, I don't know. I don't order things very often to know whether or not. But for the same item to disappear twice, I mean, have you contested it with the company? I mean, what is, I mean, I'm assuming all of this has happened within like a short recent span, so maybe you don't have answers yet, but have they looked into it and just said, yeah, bro, it's delivered. I don't know. Maybe you can't find it. Because I definitely would believe if that's what their answer was. Sunshine Soda, if it's not the delivery guy taken, I would say someone who lives around you is taking it. Yeah, I mean, if you're pretty aware of what's going on around your property, or have cameras. Yeah. But that would mean the delivery guy handed it to the... Oh, you mean like they're required to hand it to someone? Because here, I don't know about where you are, Sailcat, but when you get something delivered to your house, it's perfectly okay for them to just leave it out on the front porch. Or put it in your mailbox, or just leave it literally out in front of your front door. I mean, some of them try to hide it conspicuously in like bushes and stuff. Unless maybe it's really well hidden. I mean, I'm assuming you would have looked into that first, of course. Yeah, I don't know about you, but it's not out of the ordinary. It's pretty common, actually, for them to just leave your stuff out there for, like, anybody to take. Thanks for Necro's shout out there, Zerth. You contacted the web shop, not the delivery company. Yet, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say that the web shop probably has the least amount of information of what would have happened locally. Zareth, get barbecue chicken and pineapple? Well, I could probably create a custom pizza like that. That is an option. I'm not sure if I would like the contrast of the pineapple and the barbecue sauce as compared to the pineapple and the pizza sauce. I don't think I've ever had the barbecue chicken with the pineapple. I wouldn't be opposed to try it, though. They might have dropped it at the door. Someone could have taken it. That's happened to you before. It got cameras watching now, yeah. One of the neighbors, right? One of your last packages was dropped off behind the bushes. I mean, yeah, some of them, you know, where it's like, you know, an effort was made. But if you're anything like my house, where I don't have any decorations or plants or flowers or whatever, like, there's really nowhere to put a package inconspicuously. Elm, you had FedEx lose 3 different packages in a row. Turns out the delivery guy just went AWOL and, like, left his truck somewhere. And I was able to get the stuff at their warehouse. So yeah, I mean, that would be like a freak accident thing. It's very well something that could happen. You know, something that happened to me one time is I just stopped getting mail in my mailbox. Like USPS Federal Delivery Mail. I stopped getting mail. And I called in and they're like, somebody had a stop delivery on your address. I'm like, well, it wasn't me. It's like somebody else was able to literally stop my mail. Or say, like, this address, this name or this address is not here anymore on my behalf. Like, what? So I literally did, I went with that, and it took them like a month to actually fix it and get it actually coming in again. But yeah, I was like not getting mail for like 2 weeks. I'm like, what the hell? Could be one of those weird things that just nobody has an explanation for, but it just happens. Sunshine Soda, yeah, they just leave stuff on our porch here. They don't knock or ring the bell. Yeah, used to be they, you know, either had to make a... Now, if there's a delivery where you have to sign for it, then, you know, they won't leave it there. They'll either take it back and you can come pick it up, or they will attempt redelivery the next day. Or the next day or two or something. Up to so many times, and then eventually they're just like, you either need to leave a note on the thing that says it's okay to leave it there, or you have to, like, go pick it up at the place. But for anything that doesn't require a signature, they can just leave it. They don't knock, they don't ring a doorbell, they don't care. Abby, yesterday you played some AC Origins and killed the Ibis. The scene is so badass. Here is your nobody. It's been a while since I've played Origins, so I don't remember all of the various targets and their names, but I do remember the one that turned on us. That one I remember. I think that one might have been the Scarab. Abby, how much does a pizza cost where you live? I asked because they've gotten so expensive. They really are. I would say they're probably not as expensive if you go pick them up, but the delivery, all the stuff that gets tacked on for delivery is really what adds it up. Like, it's not uncommon for a third of your bill to be delivery related things, between delivery fee and the actual tip. Like, it's not uncommon for that to come to like a third of your bill. But here it's commonplace to tip. I don't know about where you are though. But we usually go for whatever the special is. There's a the current thing we've been getting lately is a what we call a family special, where there's one specialty pizza, which is a pizza that can either be one of their specialty pizzas or a pizza up to 5 toppings, and then one additional large pizza for 2 toppings for $25.99. So, and that's before taxes, before tip, before delivery fee. That's before any of that stuff. See, okay, delivery people can be nuts. Like, they can be. I mean, think about the requirements of what you have to be a delivery driver, and think of the lowest common denominator and just assume that's the delivery driver you're gonna get. And if it's not, then you're pleasantly surprised. So that's kind of scary, someone just stopping mail at your address. Yeah, it was weird. It was something that was completely unexplained. Nobody could say who or why or what. They just... And what's weird is that I've lived in this house, in this same place for like... Well, at this time... What year is it? 2024. What year is it? Imagine. Imagine not knowing what year it is. I've lived in this house for 13 years. And the house was in my name and my name only. So, like, I was the only one, I mean, I wasn't the only one who was getting mail delivered here. My boyfriend at the time was. But when this happened, I had lived here for at least, like, 3 or 4 years at that point. So, it's like, there's no reason to believe that mail would have changed in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, that was weird. I never got an answer about it either. See, okay, you get a freshly made pizza for $6. Yeah, you could get probably a small pizza or a medium pizza for $6. Or if you go to Little Caesars, which is not really known for their quality, it's more about getting quick, fast pizza. Little Caesars has cheap pizza, but we don't get Little Caesars because I feel like the quality, it doesn't warm up well. It's really good when it's fresh, but when you warm it up, I think it's terrible. In dollars, a pizza where your live is about 9 to 12. So yeah, that $25.99 is for 2 pizzas. So you divide that by 2, that's, you know, about $12 or $13 per pizza. But before taxes and all that, though. I'm assuming that $9 to $12 is after, I don't know if you have, you know, taxes for that kind of stuff. It's just, since it's food delivery and not grocery, it's taxable. The Ibis is the... Oh, wait. Sail Cat, the pizza shop is down your street. I mean, it might be worth it for you to just run down there, but, you know, for us, it's across town. Abby, the Ibis is the person who got his head crushed by the Apple of Eden, the second member he kills. I got to so really early on in Origins. Okay. Yeah, I think the first couple... Because, I think, Origins was the first Assassin's Creed game to, like, have this, like, list of targets that weren't just linear, that like where you had like a list of targets and a tree and stuff. Odyssey and Valhalla did the same thing, and Mirage, now that I think about it. So like that's where they introduced that type of target system, or maybe that's how they started the arranging of the targets. But yeah, I don't remember the early game of Origins very much. So I'll tell you this, when I got to later on in the game and we came back, and I think I'm only remembering this because I read it recently. There was a character named Hepsiva. I think that was his name. I think I remember his name because he gave me a really cool sword that flamed or something. And like when I came across him in the story again, I'm like, who's this? Am I supposed to? We're like best buds with this guy, you know? He's been our best friend since the beginning of time, but I apparently forgot who it was because it was so early game. I feel like the early game of Origins just happened so fast. Sailcat, you usually get a salami pizza for $6. $5 before COVID, but they also sell more expensive ones, to be fair, yeah. We usually get, if we're gonna get pizza, it's gonna cost as much money as it does. We usually get something decent or something good. Babs, I gotta run some errands, be back soon. Alright, no problem. We'll be getting started here soon. You know we'll be catching the end of Mission 7 today. I will see you soon. Casper, you can get a large one for about $8. Yeah, I mean, so we typically get pizzas that are either specialty pizzas or have like 5 toppings. So if I'm gonna get a pizza, if I'm just gonna get a pepperoni pizza, I'll go down to Little Caesars and get one for $6. But if I'm gonna get Papa John's, which is what we get, then we're gonna get something good. Make a ordeal out of it. Yeah, a large one for €8. Yeah, I would say it's pretty common to get a large pizza here for like 11 or 12 bucks. Sunshine Soda, you had a bad roommate back in the day who used to hide your mail. Needless to say, you reported her. She ended up in jail and you got your bills paid for 6 months on her after taking her to court. Yeah, messing with someone's mail is a federal offense. It's illegal. It's not just like, you know, frowned upon or, you know, it's a dick move. It's literally illegal. Like, it's even, you can even, I'm pretty sure anyway, Necro will have to confirm this because he knows more about this than I do, but I'm pretty sure that it's not even legal for you to read your spouse's mail. Like, unless you're like power of attorney or something. Like, they take that stuff really seriously. Sailcat, love it. When you haven't played a game for like a year and playing again, you forgot most of the story. I would love to tell you, Sailcat, that the people that I forgot were from playing it a year later, but no, these were people that I had met in just 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks prior in the game, and I had already forgotten. But I guess that's kind of what happens when they introduce a character. They have like, 5 minutes of screen time, and then they come back 30 in-game hours later, and I'm like, I don't remember you. I don't remember you people. What have you done for me lately, right? Yeah, I think $8 is okay. I mean, I think that's an actually pretty good deal, considering that the reason why I'm saying that is because if you go to fast food, like if you go to Burger King right now and get a Whopper with cheese sandwich, a medium fry, and a medium drink, that shit is like $10. I feel like it's like $10. And to get a whole pizza for less than that, that gives you more than one meal, that's definitely worth it. Illegal, a sick burb? No, illegal. Is that what my closed caption said? I wouldn't be surprised if it did. See, thieves belong in jail. At least 1 year living on water and bread and getting Big Bubba as a boyfriend. You're serious? In the case of a female thief, she gets Big Bertha. Yeah, Big Berthas are pretty terrifying. So you think pizza here is like $13? Yeah, it's probably pretty close to that. But I mean, if you factor in tax and stuff, it definitely comes to that. So, like, I think when we get our two large pizza deals, one specialty, one 5 topping, the base price is $25.99 for 2 pizzas. But after taxes, delivery fee, and tip, which we always do 15% is the standard, it used to be 15% was usually less than what I needed to get a pizza, and then I would round up to $5. But now 15% is more than $5. Like $5 used to be my typical pizza tip, and now like just 15% is like $6 and something. But yeah, it comes out to about $38. So 2 pizzas, 2 people, $38. We can each, I know, well, Necro gets like 2 meals out of 1 pizza. I get 3 meals out of 1 pizza. So that's like getting 5 meals for $38. So if you divide that up, you know, it comes out to about fast food prices, which is what, you know, that's the reason why we get it on the day that we don't go out to eat. Because it kind of rounds out to, you know, like getting fast food twice in 1 weekend. So it's kind of a treat. Hey, bunch of bunnies, welcome in. Good morning. Pizza is your favorite? This is some loaded pizzas, yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna spend money on an expensive pizza, I'm gonna get what I want on it. You know, if I'm trying to go cheap or something, I'll just get, you know, a $6 hot and ready pizza from, you know, from Little Caesars, which is down the street. They actually do delivery now. The Little Caesars didn't used to do delivery, but now they do. Sale cat taxes are always included here in Europe, so it's strange that they add it later. Yeah, I'm assuming that they add it later so that you can see the individual line item for it. I think that, and I think it's because only certain items are taxable. So like when you go to the grocery store, for example, you don't pay taxes on food items like milk or like actual like packaged meals or any fruit, produce. You don't pay taxes on any food, but you do pay taxes on things like beer and soda and cat food, you know, things like that. There's, so like not every item is taxable, and so I think they make it a separate line item so that you can see the taxes in it. Mushrooms are your main pizza topping. It's pepperoni for me. It's really, really rare that I get a pizza that does not have pepperoni on it of some sort. Now, unless I do a specialty pizza like ham and pineapple or barbecue chicken pizza, those are my usual go-to specialty pizzas. Now, if I'm just getting a pizza with just random toppings, I'll usually get pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, spinach sometimes. I typically put black olives on mine as well. I like black olives. I'm not a big fan of cooked mushrooms. I like to eat raw mushrooms. Like, I've bought in white caps at the store and just eaten them like a snack. But, and I don't mind mushrooms as long as, like, I'm not just, like, eating a whole spoonful of, or taking a big bite of like, cooked mushrooms. I don't mind them for, like, flavoring and stuff like that. Kind of same with onions. Like, I don't mind onions, but I don't want to crunch into a big onion, you know. Well, unless it's an onion ring, which is deep fried, then that's different. So there's tiers to my pickiness. Sounds decent. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get today. I'll order the pizza on stream and I'll showcase it, whatever it is. So, Kat, you have a sugar tax here now. They actually believe people will start eating healthier. No, they're just gonna pay more for the groceries. Yeah. Yeah, a sugar tax. That's interesting. So, like, anything that has, like added sugar in it? Because there's sugar that's in the items that you get, and then it's pretty common for pretty much everything you buy to have added sugar in it. And it's usually denoted on the package that it's, you know, so much sugar plus so many grams of added sugar per serving or something like that. How do they track that? Sunshine soda. I'm not even hungry, but you really want pizza now? You're welcome. Like I said, you guys all have my official permission to get pizza for lunch today. Sale cat, you saw loose mushrooms being sold today. Then why is it usually pre-packaged in plastic and I have to pay for saving the environment? Loose mushrooms. Why is it usually pre-packaged? The ones that we get are always pre-packaged. I'm assuming for, like, food safety concerns, would be my guess. Unless you're talking about people like scooping mushrooms and taking their own serving of something. Kind of like when you go to the produce section and you just start picking up fruits and putting them down. But, you know, everybody knows you're supposed to either peel or wash your fruits, assuming you would do the same with mushrooms. Sugar tax is for things like soda, dessert, and candy. Oh, okay, so it's like per item and not like the sugar in something like, you know, a packaged item or something. Huh, interesting. So it's just like certain types of items. Soda pizza? Now that, I'm not sure I would try that. That's where you need a pizza party. Everyone in the stream eating pizza when you eat one. Well, this is kind of my way of doing that. So whenever I have pizza on stream, this is why I tell everybody, hey, we're going to be eating pizza at about 11:30 today. So you have my permission. Tell everybody order a pizza and we can all have a virtual pizza eating party. Loose mushrooms. Oh, like whole mushrooms. Like you pick a whole mushroom and... I see. See, whenever I think of mushrooms, I always think of the packaged ones because I'm thinking of like a small package of mushrooms. I don't know if I've ever seen like individual like mushrooms for you to pick and, you know, sort yourself. I don't know if I've ever seen that in the store. Zara, sugar over a certain level is in the tax. Oh, okay, do they do that where you are as well, Zara? I forget where you are. Cat, you can sell all fruits and vegetables without plastic package. That's how they did it decades ago. All reasons to put it in plastic. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I understand. Yeah, yeah, I don't know why they choose to package certain things. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing they choose to package it so they can sell it by the package price and not per pound. Would be my guess. I'd try a loose mushroom. I'd be worried about like... Well, I guess this could happen anywhere, anytime, but like people just randomly going by in produce sections and just eating things. I would not do that because that's gross. I don't want to eat anything someone else has had their hands on without like washing it first. Yeah, can you imagine? People buy grapes at the store and then they walk around the store eating them? Like, fucking gross, dude. Cat, you haven't seen that before. That's why I thought, why have I been buying it in a plastic box all my life? Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? I'm guessing they, yeah, I don't know why. Everything's packaged, right? Cat, to be clear, I'm not some save the environment guy. I just want things to make sense. That's fair. Fair. I'm with you. I got alert. Oh, you're in the UK. Okay, gotcha. I see. Lurky lurk. Alright, Zareth, no problem. All this pizza talk made Zareth sleepy. Holy shit, we've been live for 40 minutes? I started an hour early so that we can have a chatting session. Plus, we're gonna have lunch later. Anyway, we should probably get to the game, yeah. So as I reiterated, we're gonna be finishing mission 7 and getting a start on mission 8 today. I'm not putting any pressure on myself to finish mission 8 today. Just want you to know. There will be no weekend stream because I've had a lot of things crop up this week that have been giving me hints that I'm too stressed out. So no weekend stream. Next week, the games are going to be split. Primary and secondary games on the same week. Mirage on Monday, Tuesday. Dishonored 2 on Thursday, Friday. Now, if we get any of those done early, we'll start the next one in line, and then we'll do Techland Marathon. So, FYI. Mirage and Dishonored 2 next week. And the other order of business, Dr. Casper, I'm not sure if you're still here. I looked at my spreadsheet since now I know I'm not doing a weekend stream. You officially won the VIP badge for the month of April. You won out by 1 vote over Schillerlock, who had 5 votes. So congrats on that. You get to keep your VIP badge another month, and that's now 2 months. That adding up to your 6 months to get a permanent one. So congrats on that. Hey Striker, you had that sugar tax too. The high level of NCD was the reason, but it didn't curb the buying of the sugar products. I would say they would probably call that a successful tax. A tax that causes more money for the government but doesn't sway buying habits is just a win for the government. They just get more money. They would call it might be a failed tax for our purposes, but not for the government. Nuts pizza? I've never had nuts on pizzas, let alone your nuts. Striker. If folks want to eat themselves to death, they're just gonna do, yeah. It's like when they increased the taxes on smoking. It didn't make people stop smoking, it just made them spend more on smoking. Yeah, GG's, Casper. Yeah, Pog, right? Now, if it would have been in such a way that you and Schiller would have tied, you would have both gotten the VIP badge for that month. So, it is possible to conspire with other viewers to create a convenient tie so that everybody gets a VIP badge. That is allowable. Because it encourages community participation, and I'm all about that. Alright, let's get back in here. We were in the middle of Mission 7, guys. I wanted to finish Mission 7 yesterday. We started Mission 7 on... We started Mission 7 on Tuesday, the 26th. We had all of Thursday, all of yesterday to finish it, and we still didn't finish Mission 7. This is the longest mission in the game, and it's got the most to showcase. It's the most interesting, it's also my favorite one. And I thought we were really close to finishing it yesterday, but I forgot that the actions that we took had implications that kind of add more to the chapter, like it needed anything else, right? So we just finished with the... we just finished with Aramis Stilton's manor. We have left and we're on our way back through the Dust District to make our way back to Megan's boat. I have a couple expectations and maybe a couple questions about what we might see today. So this is going to be a pretty big revelation for the story, and it's really creative how they did it in this particular chapter. I am expecting that since we knocked out Stilton and killed all of the other guards, I am anticipating two things to happen. Number one, we should be able to get Aramis Stilton as an ally on the ship, which is something that it's possible for that to not happen. If you either leave Stilton alone, you don't knock him out or kill him or otherwise interfere. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to kill him. I haven't seen what happens if you try to kill him. I don't know if it fails the mission or, you know, if you just get a terrible ending or something. I don't know what happens if you kill him. I've never tried it and I've never seen it done. So, but we're gonna get Stilton as an ally on the ship. And furthermore, I'm hoping that if I did everything right, we should see a very significant change in Megan Foster. But I'm not gonna tell you what that is until we get there. Suckers. Alright, so we're back in the Dust District. We have this timepiece, but we don't need it anymore because it doesn't work anywhere except inside the manor.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Want to buy one?
So we come back to the Dust District in present day, and this area is changed from what it was, and we're going to look at the changes. There's also 3 additional bone charms, and 2 runes. So there's more stuff here. This is the same place. This is the same place that we were in before we started this mission, and it's all changed. The Dust District is completely blocked off now because there is no conflict between Paolo and the Overseers. We've already taken care of it. For the Dust District, we decided not to do the we decided to kill both Paolo and Vice Overseer Byrne. We were extra ruthless. But one of the key reasons why the Dust District is not available anymore is because Aramis Stilton never attended the seance because we knocked him out, which means he never lost his mind, which means the mind never fell into ruin. So the Dust District is just completely blocked off now. There are no, the gang and Overseer conflict is over. So it's one of those things that it's like, you know, we made these choices in order to get the combination for the lock to get into Stilton's Manor, and then by the choices that we made in that chapter now made it to where those gangs don't even exist. So it's like one of those weird quantum physics things, or you know, one of those things where changing something, or the butterfly effect, where changing something in the past affects the future. So yeah, there's no more gang war. And we caught the conversation between these two ladies yesterday, right at the end of the stream, and then when I realized there was more to go, I'm like, I've got to go to work, I don't have time. So we cut the stream a little abruptly short yesterday. But this Dust District area is now a booming area now, since Aramis Stilton continued to continued to have his influence over the mines. The place is immaculate now. It drastically changes the environment. And we actually read this newspaper item in the mansion, but I guess we can read it again for extra effect. Stilton and Abel to discuss the Miners Fund. Aramis Stilton, silver mine owner and advocate for workers, has called for a meeting with Duke Luca Abel to negotiate the creation of a new fund to benefit the victims of mining accidents. Currently, no such fund exists, and injured miners are simply let go from their positions, expected to find other work despite missing limbs, blindness, and other serious impediments. The meeting will be the third such for the two, with so far not much agreed upon. However, Stilton says he remains hopeful that the health fund will be established and well-funded before the end of the year. Hey, Code, what's up? The current new season of Fallout 76 is fucked? What? Oh no, did they wreck it again? I haven't played Fallout 76 for probably, 3/4 of a year now. But yeah, they have seasons, don't they? Oh my goodness. What's happening? Is it something that a lot of people are complaining about? What happened? Munch, it would be cool to use the time thing the whole game, but that would be a lot of development work. I think it would also be a bit of a mindfuck as well. I think it would be a lot to keep track of. I feel like Mission 7 is a lot to keep track of with just that time period being a thing. But yeah. So we've got the Shinderay Peak Miners Family Committee meeting every 4th day, 9 p.m. at the West Cape Hotel. Ask for Lucia Pastor. If anybody who doesn't remember who Lucia Pastor is, she was the lady that was basically she was the one responsible for the soup kitchen for the miners. So we saw her in person at the beginning of Chapter 6. So this is for a meeting that they have that was not a thing before. Open discussion, fundraising for the miners' widows and orphans. Do you have a son, a husband, or father working in the mines? Do you want to know what's really going on down there? Would you like to spread word about the horrible conditions under which our loved ones are laboring? Join us and share your story. Whereas before it would just be like, you know, it's hard work and it's terrible, but it's got to be done because the Duke says so. Oh, the code, the quests are bugged, servers lag. Are you playing it on, like, the day that the season came out? Well, you would think with as many seasons as they've had, they would have this figured out by now. Restarting, the same stuff half times. Oh, I remember when I played Fallout 76, the most common solution to fixing things was go out to the main menu and log back in. Even with a fully polished product that's, you know, been out for 5 years now, or however long it's been. Striker, it's actually one of the devs' favorite levels because they got to toy around with the 2 points in time. It's my favorite level for sure, Striker. And it's why I think it's why I devote so much of my time to it, because of just how involved it is. Code, almost the same day. Yeah, I'm a little leery of doing anything on the day that it's available, but there's, you know, you've only got so much time in a season to get seasonal stuff done, so I definitely understand. I mean, in general, the idea of playing something as soon as it becomes available. Sounds a lot like ARC. Their shit never works. Yeah.
Approval for the new ventilation shaft, but mark a real victory. More air means less dusty lung.
At the request of Aramis Stilton, I'm told I need to present another set of awards to critical mine workers.
Without Aramis,
For safety. Certainly not
someone who actually understands what it's like to
You should all thank Stilton.
city represented.
So I've been waiting here outside trying to get the dialogue from this PA system, and it waits until I go into the area where another NPC is talking to come on. The propaganda that you hear over the PA system or the propaganda speakers changes based on your actions as well. So that was Duke Luca Abel saying that apparently he called everybody ingrates for requesting or for Aramis Stilton demanding rewards be given to miners to celebrate something. He was just so grumpy. Hold on. Hold on. We should be back. Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty much just expected that every day we're gonna get disconnected and buffer multiple times. It's just part of the Twitch experience. Or part of my internet experience, part of the Spectrum experience. It's that first class customer service that they advertise. All right, guys. I think we're trying to get the dialogue from this PA system. Sorry.
What are you covering your face for?
Somebody's put the dust out.
Whoever wanted to eat rat flesh in the first place? Apart from the unfortunate poor, they're excluded from Pal's functions.
Sorry, I tried to showcase the dialogue here, but the game is just absolutely hell-bent on making sure that no matter what, we have dialogue playing over other dialogue at every moment. I think they took a lesson in development from Ubisoft. There's Lucia Pastor.
Lucia Pastor, right? You really think you can make a difference here? Considering who you are, I don't know whether to feel honored that you recognize me, or to yell at you for propping up the Duke while he's shitting all over Serkonos. And who do you think I am? I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know who you are. And I hope you're here to end Luca Abella's tyranny. Either way, we haven't been sitting around waiting for you to clean up your mess. Sounds like you have a plan. No, nothing that solid. Not yet. But I believe the Duke will fall, eventually. All I can say is that when you reach the Grand Palace, just be aware that not everyone there is your enemy. Trust your judgment. All right. I'll remember that. Anyway, good luck. There's still a chance to make something new here in Karnaca. Something that serves everyone, not just some rapacious bastard with a title.
Yes, I will absolutely trust my judgment. So if you do not save, I'm just gonna call it saving. If you don't save Aramis Stilton here, you never get to have this conversation with Lucia Pastor, because the condition of this building never gets repaired, or I guess what I should say is that it never gets demolished. And you actually see her here instead of serving the poor miners in the Dust District outside of here. So,
or even the mighty take from those who suffer.
So yeah, this building is inaccessible if you do not save Stilton. Oh, I keep forgetting. Hey, I have my dark vision back now. I have my dark vision back. Hey.
I don't feel safe.
Don't feel safe. Oh, it's that giant windmill. I'm like, what is that sound? Anyway. Hopefully that means that the streets are safe at this point. I thought there might have been something to read in here. Let's see if she has additional dialogue.
There's always so much to do. So little time to think.
Yeah,
The
powers
families in the
activate.
district work as hard as the miners. Kids to feed, sick people to care for, homes to run. The families we represent are very poor, but aren't afraid of hard work. Good people.
That's all of her dialogue. Yeah, I got my abilities back. I was sitting here looking for coins on the table like some plebe.
Your face is covered. Are you worried someone might recognize you?
Alright, so we just have civilians on the street. And not these. Let's go down here. See where this leads. This was blocked off previously. There's whalebone here. I almost didn't see that. Yeah, in prior to this area, this little connection here is blocked off. I'm gonna do a quick save because I'm not sure implications of. I don't think there's any guards here, but we're gonna look at all these places that we previously left behind. There's just this little bit to go. What's this? Hey. A rune, huh? What powers do I need? I fully upgraded the bone charms. I could get rune crafting, I suppose. I don't really need any additional powers. Guess we'll get greater shadow kill. Why not? I don't have anything else I want. We have windmills like that near your place, but they don't sound like that. Do they look that way? Or do they have the... We have windmills as well, but... they're usually out in the middle of agricultural fields. They're not really close enough to your house to hear. In that case, it was like right next to the building. What? I missed this. Oh, because I didn't backtrack. Yeah, there were previously guards and stuff here. You notice there's no more dust storms? Previously we had dust storms because of all the extra activity they were doing in the mines. That's not a thing anymore after you finish mission 7. One charm, gutter feast, probably something about consuming rats. White rats can be eaten for mana. I can tell by the sound of it. Some of these are the same powers from Dishonored 1. Oh, this is the other door for Lucia Pastor's area. So yeah, all of this area is completely blocked off if you do not save Stilton. Alright, 2 more bone charms here. We looked at that.
Stilton agreed to a meeting with the woman heading up the family committee. What's her name again?
Lucia Pastor. She's supposed to talk to Stilton soon about new safety rules for the mines. Fewer hours for the children working down there, too.
Why does Pastor care in the first place? She isn't one of us. Never seen her carrying a pick or a shovel.
There's a rumor that she was in love with a miner. Someone who died in an accident. They say his body's still under the mountain, buried in silver.
I think Lucia Pastor just has a good heart and a strong will.
Well, if Stilton listens to what she has to say, instead of following every idiotic request coming from the Grand Palace, I won't complain.
Stilton's not a bad man. I bet things would be a lot worse without him running the mines.
Yeah, they absolutely would. We actually get to see what it is like when he's not running the mines. So funny he should say that, because we've seen it. Hey Dak, welcome in. It's going well. How have you been? I haven't seen any Resident Evil stuff lately. I know that you and the missus are expecting. How's that going? I hope you're doing well. I've just been gaming and working. That's my life, but that's all I care about is gaming and money. Gaming, money, drinking, and pizza. Sailcap, you still have dust storms in your house. At least that would explain how fast the dust builds up. Yeah, with all of our computers and electronics and stuff, we've got dust everywhere. Hi, Biba. What you want? You want to come say hi? Yeah, you want to come say hi? Hi, baby. Biba, did you come to say hi to the chat? This is Biba. This is my calico cutie. Love. Sunshine, you live on the outside of town, so you can see a few from our place. Your dad and you have walked as close as we could, but they don't make much noise. At least not that we could hear. Yeah, I pretty much, the only time we see them is from the highway, so we're clearly really far away. So definitely can't hear them from the road, and especially not over all the road noise from going, 60 mile an hour. You've been good, and we've received. What did I ask? You received what now? Eva. Oh. Wait. Does she? Oh, I thought she was. I don't know what my brain was like, but I was thinking that she was recently pregnant. She recently had the baby. Okay, I see. Oh, that's good. That's great. I don't know why I thought elsewise. Just recently announced. Gotcha. Okay, I see. Nice. Well, congratulations. I hope everything went smoothly and everybody's healthy and all is well. That's great. I bet your life's changed drastically, huh? Well, that explains,
Careful with that sword. Grand Guard won't like it.
That explains the streams. The life has changed a bit. Yeah, I would definitely imagine. Are you guys, I'm assuming that,
You kind of stand out. Might want to keep a low profile around the law.
The Duke would be grinding the families here into nothing if he was left unchecked.
Yeah, I imagine it's quite a lot to get used to. Oh, and it did not go smoothly, but everything is good now. Okay, gotcha. I see. Well, I'm glad everything worked out for the best in that case. It's always a little scary, right?
It's good to know that some people care about what's going on in the mines.
This guy's hand is bigger than his head. Yeah, I was like, well, that explains the lack of streams. What? Is this closed? The windows? There is a bone charm, and I want to know how to get it. Wasn't it on the roof? Yeah, you can still get on the roof.
Many horrors. A child eaten by thieves. A nest of blood flies. Your blood-soaked hands.
She obviously has a lot of dark things to say depending on your choices in the game. We're almost at the end of the chapter, so I'm just picking up things. Sorry, Biba, I'm not petting you constantly. I have other things to do with my hands. Bone charm, just laying around. Acrobat, that sounds like something I want. I think it might be time to craft a bone charm here to save some space. I'm gonna say mana regeneration. Wait, let me see what acrobat is first. Oh, that's climbing speed. Okay, that's not that important. I'm going to craft a bone charm, but before I do that, I want to create a save. So there's a mechanic in this game. Say no. There's a mechanic in this game to craft bone charms, and there's a chance of corruption, but I get around that by just saving before I craft bone charms, and if it becomes corrupted, I reload the save and craft it again, because there's a random chance that it won't be corrupted. So I'm gonna craft a bone charm with 4 traits, the same 4 traits, and doing this will allow me to save space. Well, normally it would if you put more than one trait into a bone charm. We don't carry bodies because if we're knocking somebody out, we're mostly killing people, not knocking them out. So I'm going to say... Does it say which ones I have equipped? Or does it not show the ones I have equipped? Actually, it shouldn't matter, because you can equip multiple bone charms with multiple of the same traits. How about the one that says I move faster in stealth mode? So in order for me to do that, I need to sacrifice the bone charm that allows me to do that. So I can learn the feature. Or mana regeneration being faster. I'm gonna actually sacrifice this, and then I'm gonna craft one. 4 traits of the same trait. Will make mana regeneration faster. That'll allow us to chain more mana uses back to back. Generation is faster. Do it 4 times. You can see here with the little slash marks, you can equip it up to 4 times, and I don't play around. If I'm gonna make something, I'm gonna make it 100% the same thing so that I can regenerate mana super fast. And we saved before this, so see if it has a chance of corruption. All right. So we crafted a bone charm with 4 traits of the same thing, which multiplies it by 4. And now, when we go to equip that bone charm, it has 4 times the effect. So we'll go to crafted bone charms. I wish you could name them, but yeah, there's 4 spiritual pools. Razordack, you've been Discord streaming a little RE4 remake recently. Really? Have you been doing something something specific with it? Oh, you took about 2 weeks off. Gotcha. Yeah, and then I think when I did see you play, it was like short, like SOCOM stuff. Striker, Hard Mommy didn't appreciate my callous approach to, callous approach to murder. Yeah, she's got some dark things to say if you use the heart. To get opinions. It just, you can hear her mother's heart breaking. Now, if I feel like if I had more of a connection to Jessamine, then it might break my heart to know that her heart is breaking. But it was more heartbreaking to see Samuel turn on you than it was for me to hear these terrible things from Jessamine. Dax, saw you've been playing Mirage. You must have finished. We did, yeah. So we finished Valhalla at about level, or about the 90, I think 95 hours is what we put in. I was able to, so remember we were talking about how the final area had a recommended level of like 100 levels above mine? It really wasn't that hard. The level requirements are pretty loosely based, so if you're fairly decent with the combat, like even having enemies 80 or whatever levels above you didn't really... It made things take a little longer, and I had to get a little creative with the way that I chose to do combat, but it was totally doable. So yeah, we did finish Valhalla. Striker, the more you put in, the higher the corrupt rate. Yeah. So so what I do to combat that is just save it before I craft it, and if it corrupts, I just reload the save and do it again. So... Dak, you gave up on Valhalla and uninstalled it. You just found that you were playing it for the sake of trying to play, but had no idea what was happening in the story and in general not enjoying yourself, yeah. Did you enjoy it overall? How do you feel about Mirage? I was a little let down by Valhalla. And if you're not, I would say that if you're not really paying attention to the story, or if you don't remember the story is the only really thing that keeps you hanging on to why you're doing what you're doing. So it probably just felt like you were just doing things for no reason. And even with me, without spoiling anything, of course, even with me knowing how it ended, and I ended up watching some YouTube videos, like short 5-minute videos of like little cutscenes of what happens when you unlock on everything. I was ultimately let down. I would say it's a fun game to play, but it's a lot of busy work for not a lot of reward. There were too many alliances, and like I felt like the theme of the alliances started to repeat. So, and the main story thing that I was holding on to, that I was really interested in and invested in, ended up being something that just wasn't really dealt with in the way that I thought. There were cliffhangers in terms of main like present day. There were just so many things that I'm just like, wow, I finished this and I feel like I've accomplished nothing. So yeah, it's a lot. It feels Valhalla felt like a lot of busy work, but they kind of kept stringing me along for probably, I would say the first like 40 or 50 hours were relatively interesting, but like after that it kind of fell flat for me. And how am I enjoying Mirage? I'm really liking it. Mirage goes back, I can't remember, did you play Mirage, Dak? Let me get that answer to that question before I go into that. Munch, you felt the same on Valhalla. You loved Origins and Odyssey. I liked Origins. I liked the character. I felt like he was kind of serious, and I appreciate that. Odyssey was kind of funny, and I liked the Odyssey humor. The gameplay was fun. Odyssey's hack and slash, Odyssey's basically hack and slash system was fun for me. When they introduced stamina in Valhalla, I was kind of bummed, but you know, inevitably I worked around that. And then, oh, you never played it, but don't be a word to say things. You don't foresee yourself playing it. I got no major. Okay, yeah, no problem. Well, I haven't finished it actually. I actually am going to be finishing Mirage on Monday or Tuesday, this upcoming week, by the way. So I haven't even finished it myself. But there's not really much to spoil that even I know of. But as far as Mirage goes, Mirage does go back to the earlier gameplay styles of the earlier AC games. So stealth is highly recommended. Whereas, like, I feel like in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, it was kind of optional. You know, and I feel like there wasn't really any incentive to do things stealthily in those games. Whereas in Mirage, you'll save yourself a lot of headache if you're stealthy. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's incentivized for you to be stealthy, but it helps a lot. So I would say the first like 1 or 2 days of Mirage, I was kind of banging my head against the wall because my brain came from Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and went to Mirage, and I had to unlearn all of my hack and slash habits. Some of the combat in Valhalla felt, some of the combat in Mirage feels like Valhalla though. So if you're coming from Valhalla going into Mirage, it's not too much of a drastic combat difference. It's just the fact that you get overwhelmed easily in Mirage. I do anyway. I don't know about anybody else, but after after I realized I need to start taking a stealthy approach, slow down. It's not a race. I felt like in Valhalla, I felt like I needed to constantly be making progress because you would play the game for 10 hours and make a morsel of progress, and it's not like that in Mirage. So the pacing is much different. Yeah, I liked Origins and Odyssey too. Dak, yeah, it felt like busy work, yeah, and ultimately even knowing how Valhalla ends, it's absolutely busy work. Dak, you never play, yeah, just in case you change your mind. I would say to change your mind, because if you do like this might be premature because I haven't finished the game, but I don't really, like, just because the character in Mirage is the character that exists in Valhalla, I have no evidence to suggest that you have to play Valhalla first to understand Mirage. But again, I haven't finished it, so that may be wrong. And I don't want to know, by the way. I don't want to be spoiled on that, just an FYI. We'll find that out on Monday or Tuesday. Munch, you love the horse mechanic in Origins. Yeah, you could actually, like, fight enemies on horses in Origins. In Odyssey, you just get kicked off there, like, once, or all you had... I think in Odyssey, all you could do... Or maybe I'm thinking Valhalla. All you could do is, like, use your arrow. The only thing Eivor did on a horse was, like, kick things. Unless maybe there was an ability that I never unlocked, but I don't think so. Casper, they wanted to be like Witcher, so they added stamina too. God, stamina mechanics. Oh, stamina. Ends up affecting gameplay in so much ways. The horse in Valhalla felt stiff. I pretty much only used the horse in Valhalla to get from A to B. I didn't use it to, like, do combat. I would literally, like, if I was fighting, what are the big guys called in, Valhalla? The zealots, I think they are. I might go up to a zealot and like smack him on the horse, but then I would just get off the horse and fight him because it's like impossible to do anything on the horse in Valhalla. Dak, I'm glad about the stealth in Valhalla. It felt like they focused too much on being a Viking, so you were just over the top aggressive, didn't feel like, yeah. And honestly, in Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, they don't really incentivize doing anything stealthily. Whereas I feel like in Mirage, it's in your best interest to be stealthy. Munch, very stiff, no running in the town, I think. Well, I think the other games did that where they drastically slowed down the speed of the horse in town, so it was almost better to run through town than it was to, unless you're staying on the main path, I would say. It was better to just run through a town rather than try to go through it on horse. Hey, Spectrum, welcome in. It's going well. We're just about to finish Mission 7 here and get a start on Mission 8 today, and we're gonna have a pizza party today. How are you doing today? I wanted to do one more thing. I want to sacrifice one more thing and create another one. But before I do that, I want to save. Now that I have a working bone charm, I want to do one more. Overwrite. Bone charms, sacrifice. What else do I want? That one will be useful for a non-lethal playthrough, but I don't need it for this one. Movement is slightly faster in stealth mode. This is the one that I want to do next. So, learn the trait. Now we're gonna craft a bone charm with 4 traits. I'm gonna pick the new one we just got. Not with weapon sheath. Faster in stealth mode. That's what I want. Alright. Got another bone charm. Another bone charm with no corruption. Nice. Crafted bone charm too. So now we move slightly faster in stealth mode ×4. And we regenerate mana 4 times faster. So we'll be able to see the results of that very soon. Alright. That's the last thing we need to do. Look how fast we move in stealth mode now. Look at that. Almost as fast. We might actually walk as... It is possible for you to stack these so that you actually move faster in stealth mode than you do walking. Isn't that crazy? This is closed off. Alright. Yeah, pizza. You're doing okay today? You were thinking chili burritos today. You know, you just reminded me, we have Hormel chili and crackers in the cabinet. Probably try to have some at a later date. Alright. Anything else in the hallways here? Finally, after 84 years, we're gonna finish up.
Maybe no one else will even notice. The things have changed here. For the better.
Yeah, these guys don't even know what the state of this place was like. Or bone charm. Another one? Where'd this one come from? Well, a black one. Solid landing. Falling from a significant height creates a shockwave on impact. Oh, yeah, not really. Hey, Hypnotic, welcome back. Stanima. Oh, Stananimata. What? Stamina. What's that from? Hey Cody, welcome in. Oh, is it beer 30? Cody the beer bear is in chat? It'll be beer 30 later. I wanna get my pizza first before I do that. Alright. So
What's coming to him, Megan? Leaders rise and fall. Even the great.
God damn it, game. Hold on. The game cut off its own dialogue.
Fall. Even the greatest problems are
Alright, let's go 20 seconds in the past. I feel like I'm using my load game as a timepiece. Alright, yeah, okay. So it gave it to us when we picked this up. Let's try to get this dialogue.
The Duke will get what's coming to him, Megan. Leaders rise and fall. Even the greatest problems are resolved in time. During the plague years, for many it was impossible to imagine a world without sickness and quarantine, without piles of burning corpses.
Yeah, I remember. And I hope you're right.
Hope is important, even when it seems improbable.
So we did get the outcome that I wanted. Let me show you. Let me show you. There's going to be a lot of discussion coming up here soon with the end of Chapter 7, the ship section, and the beginning of Chapter 8. We're going to talk about everything that's happened. Hypnotic, it's an RPG game rule to have an NPC who can't whistle a tune. Tries it anyway. You know, I never thought about that. I'll have to think about that. Think about how they implement that in the games I've played. It is indeed beer 30, hell yeah. When I get my pizza, I'll probably have my beer. Oh, it was a riff on the song Mon Namina. I don't think I know the song. That's probably why I didn't understand the reference. So, if you look at this, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Megan has both of her arms. She has her eye. Look at this. When you meet Megan, she's missing half of her arm and her eye. But based on your eliminating the guards and knocking out Stilton changed the past. And when she went to join up with Aramis Stilton, the fight never happened in the courtyard. This never happened. So she gets her arm and her eye back. And will also get Stilton as an ally. But my thing that I wondered was that these people don't even know the awful thing that did happen that we reversed. And I'm wondering how they decide to handle that. I think the key difference, I wish Kuro was here right now because he was in chat earlier, or yesterday, and I missed his comment, and I thought about it all night last night, and how I missed his comment. I read it, but it was like at the end of the stream, and I was like rushing to get to work, so I never actually, I saw it, but I never replied to it. He said that in his playthrough, he knocked out Aramis Stilton, but this did not happen. Megan did not get her arm back and her eye back. And the reason why I know this existed is because I watched somebody else play this game, and I'm like, how did you get that to happen? That never happened in my playthrough. And apparently they had knocked out Stilton, but I'm thinking the difference is that by killing all of the witnesses that were around, this is what caused all of the guards not to be available to fight Megan. Whereas I think in Kuro's, Kuro Creates, by the way, that's the viewer I'm talking about. He said that the same thing happened to me, or to him. And yeah, I guess if you eliminate all the witnesses or kill all the guards in the courtyards, would be my guess, is what causes this to actually happen. I was amazed by this. So this is another one of those examples of big differences in this chapter. Can't even talk to her. But she has her arm back. She got her eye back. She looks a little cross-eyed, but it's all good. Can't believe she doesn't even say anything to me. What does she think that I'm doing here? Let's see how this dialogue changes. I have never seen this before, by the way. We were able to get Aramis Stilton as an ally on the ship, and we will see that dialogue. But I have never seen Megan in this condition or explored the dialogue options available to us. So, we're gonna experience it together, Chad.
That was quick.
Oh, now I can talk to her. Why did it take a while? Cody, you just completed Alone in the Dark with Emily. Next will be with Edward. The remake is really good.
What you saw here when you're back in Dunwall, Emily. My final lesson, perhaps.
Yeah, I've seen the original Alone in the Dark game. It's like a really, really old, janky game that, like, even I think it even
Let's get back to the dreadful whale.
I think it even predates Resident Evil, doesn't it? I haven't played the original, but I haven't been watching anybody play the new one. That's cool that you played it and that you liked it. The remake is good. Nice. Yeah, it does predate. Yeah, it's before Resident Evil times. Back when I was a kid, and I was probably too young to play those games anyway. Like, to figure out the puzzles and item management part of it.
Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself. But I guess you found the place. Years back, Stilton was always quiet about the Duke. I never figured out just why. Lucky for the miners, Aramis Stilton does all he can against the Duke's destructive ways.
Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Right.
Yes. I paid a visit to Byrne and Paolo. At least I think I did. And I've been to Aramis Stilton's house.
Alright, obviously loud and lethal. We found 4 all runes. There were no outsider shrines. We found all bone charms. After all that exploration, we still missed 1,300 coins. 1,300! We got all paintings and blueprints. We reached the study with the door without the door code. We were able to use the timepiece to teleport ourselves on the other side of the door instead of trying to get the code. Even though trying to get the code is what led us to getting the ability to get past the door. We saved Aramis Stilton from seeing beyond the world. We found the rune in the flooded basement, yes. We manipulated time to collapse the balcony. We visited Aramis Stilton's office in the altered present to see a better today. So you wouldn't get that better today optional item there without getting the good ending for this chapter. That is a lot of coins, and you guys saw I spent an enormous amount of time looking everywhere. That's a lot of coins to miss. So I most likely what I think probably happened there was that without being able to see things with dark vision, I probably missed some really big high dollar items. Couple that with being rushed to finish the stream yesterday, there's probably parts of the Stilton Mansion that I didn't get around to visiting because I was trying to finish the stream in time. But luckily with this game, I don't really need the coins, so I pretty much have all of the upgrades that I can unlocked, and now I need to find the blueprints. Alright, let's start chapter 8 here. Striker, Megan, eye and arm intact. Yes, this is the first time that I've ever been able to do this. I have saved Stilton before and gotten the good ending to the chapter, but I did not go out of my way to knock out or otherwise eliminate all of the guards. I didn't know that that was also something that you had to do. So I was able to actually get her arm and eye back. We got it done. Now we know. Alright, Chapter 8. Back at the Dreadful Whale. You've eliminated most of Duke Luca Abel's key accomplices. Talk to your allies about the Duke before departing for the Grand Palace. Today is Grand Palace Day, folks.
Duke Luca Abel tore down the old palace in Karnaca and built himself a new one. A monument to his ego. Whether he knows it's coming or not,
I'm here to make him pay for everything he's done. I'm going to show him what happens to those who turn traitor to the Empire. After tonight, the Duke will either be dead or deposed, depending on how this plays out. Whatever happens to Sir Konos in the aftermath is his fault, not mine. I've got to get inside, take care of the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can feel it. This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You should be at peace.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon.
All right. Answer from Wyman. My Emily, your courier is only giving me scant minutes to write back before he leaves for your secret location. I'm in tears that he won't give me the location or take me along, but I trust you. I don't know if it's fair to be this angry with you, or if I should instead cry tears of joy knowing you're still alive. It seems that Morley is on the verge of going to war against Bristol, and the rumors from Dunwall are grim and strange. We've heard about soldiers made of metal, women commanding the trees, and whales gathering in the harbor singing their songs in reverse. I hate the whole world for being between you and me while we should be holding hands. Please be safe or I won't know what to do. Wyman. Alright, we've got our travel log here. I don't think I got... I don't think I got the artifact. I don't even know what the artifact is, from that chapter. Who knows what it is. Do the travel log, because I don't have all that stuff memorized. Dust District... Sleep, alright. So this one's new. The Grand Palace. The Dust District. The Dust District. I can't find the words to describe the misery here and the grit in the air. I've been coughing for an hour straight and my mind feels cloudy. I got rid of Paolo, the leader of the Howlers. He brought only fear and trickery. He'll trouble the city no more. And that goes for Vice Overseer Liam Byrne as well. So this is the log entry that you get if you kill both of them. His intolerance, his personal ambition. Could any of us live up to the expectations of the Overseer's demand? Whoever ends up ruling over Karnaca, it won't be a gang of cutthroats, nor will it be the Abbey. Now I need to make sure it won't be Duke Luca Abel either. Delilah's secret. Today I saw the effects of the void leaking into Aramis Stilton's house through cracks in reality. I was able to see the past and the present simultaneously. I learned a great deal looking into the night of the Duke's gathering, 3 years past. I watched a seance that brought Delilah's spirit from the void where she was trapped and into this world. I saw that spirit preserved in an effigy made of bone by the witch Brianna Ashworth. And that effigy, holding Delilah's spirit, was given to Duke Abel for safekeeping. Now I know why Delilah cannot be killed. As long as she's not whole, she'll remain immortal. Even the outsiders seemed worried. This is the information I've been seeking. Now I just have to turn it into a plan. Plan? Like a Dutch plan? Alright, mission 8, mission 7 is in the books, and we're getting ready to start mission 9. Sorry, mission 8. The Duke's Gathering, 16th. Wow, even on this calendar, huh? Alright, let's go. Let's go see what all has changed on the ship. Thing here, nope. Let's check here. Find little ratty man's run. I don't think there's anything different, but I always check. My curiosity has to know how fast we're running. We're gonna be so fast by the end of this playthrough. Alright, let's go confer with the allies first and then we'll chat.
another aristocratic boss, living in a palace and sucking the marrow out of the same people who built it.
Yes, I regret my affiliation with the young Duke, but his father and I were close. It was my hope that Luca would eventually grow up and learn that his actions as ruler of Serkonos have very real consequences.
He could always count on the backing of Dunwall's finances and navy. Maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy respect for the people of Serkonos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Once the Duke falls, it's my hope that we can build something better here. Something more representative and inclusive.
So, if you rescue Aramis Stilton or save him from the seance, he will appear here on the ship. It's possible for him to not appear here, much like if you kill the Crown Killer, she won't appear here either. He's only well, we're pretty close to the end of the game. When I say pretty close, I still mean a stream or two, but you know, relatively speaking, we're, you know, about 80% through the game at this point. So he'll be with us for this mission, and then he'll be going for the next one. I'm gonna go up there and confer with them soon, but not right now. Let's go see what's changed. Keep up with Sokolov's stuff. So, Sokolov's room looks a little different. Not too much different, but we have a new audiograph to listen to.
Empress Jessamine herself once offered me a suite at Dunwall Tower, complete with a laboratory, the finest apparatus in the Isles. I declined, of course. I'm not some conjurer from penny novels. Besides, I have a great fondness for my privacy. My interests often find me coming and going in the odd hours of night. It's hard not to consider what might have been different had I plotted a different course through my early years. Was there something I might have said or done when Delilah was my apprentice that could have prevented all this? Or is character a fixed star we must all follow in darkness?
Does Sokolov do something about these rats? He's like, I already made all those inventions. They didn't stop the rats. I think the only way to stop the rats from getting on ships would be to not let them in the cargo that inevitably boards the ship. Alright, let's look at the board. We've got all the key targets here. Nothing about Paolo or anything. We've got Aramis Stilton here.
I wonder what Aramis Stilton can accomplish now that things are different.
Sailcat, would there be a Dishonored 3? Honestly, I don't see how they would do a Dishonored 3 unless they did some kind of prequel. The name, well, the name should give it away, but Dishonored Death of the Outsider indicates the death of the outsider. So I don't know whether or not, so there is an option to do, this is kind of spoilery by the way, there's an option to, you know, have, there's only 2 endings for Death of the Outsider, and I guess you could call them good and bad endings, but they're not related to chaos like in Dishonored 1 and 2. But there is a decision you can make in Death of the Outsider to kill him or spare him. So I don't know whether or not they're going to, I'm not sure which ending they're gonna consider canon for Death of the Outsider. If it really is the Death of the Outsider, I don't know what else they could do in the Dishonored universe without doing a prequel. If they do decide that no matter what the player choices, the Death of the Outsider actually happened, then, you know, I mean, or if he didn't die, then I guess there could be another one. They make that canon. It depends on where the writers want to go with it. As for if I've heard whether or not there's going to be one, I have not heard one way or the other.
Duke Abel spared no expense on his new palace. It's tacky if you ask me.
That's where we're going to go. Next, we're gonna be looking for the palace vault. Got the two. There they are. There's our people knocked out. Rip Pedro Pascal.
A gangster could never be trusted to run a city. Byrne wanted to be High Overseer.
Yeah, I would say that what I was talking about would be spoilery, but the fact that they literally, like, put Death of the Outsider in the title, I don't think they meant that to... I'm assuming they meant that to be binding, but I could also be wrong. It's possible. Like, why would they put such an egregious statement in the title if it wasn't intended to be... to get your attention, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna look up here in Megan's quarters before I confer with allies. She should have another journal entry for us to read. Oh, it's not a journal, it's an audiograph this time. There's no coins to be had or anything. Let's see what she's got to say.
Now we're going after the one who started it all. The Duke himself. I forgot the thrill of it. Planning drop-off points, and picking the approach. Thinking about the best ways to kill somebody who lives behind high walls. But with the excitement, there's a black echo that comes back to me for what I did at Dunwall Tower. If anyone deserves killing, though, it's Duke Luca Abel. I've loved a number of women, and even a couple of men. But I've never loved anyone like my Deirdre. After I left home, those first years on the streets, she's all that kept me from the bottom of the river. I could sleep on a pile of garbage under a leaky awning as long as she was there with me. Sharing a tin of potted meat or a bottle of brandy. We nicked during the day. The Duke and his little brother came through Dunwall. And Deirdre and I got in their way as they stepped out of their fancy coach. The Duke goaded his brother, calling us wharf roaches. And it was the brother who swung the stick that killed her. Splitting her skull. There were wooden gazelles on top of the coach. And I snapped one off and drove it into his eye, as deep as it would go. Deirdre was already gone. Dead as a doornail. Lying in the muck, staring up at the gray Dunwall sky. On the run after that. I was hunted by the City Watch and even members of the Grand Guard up from Zirconos. People looked at me like I was cursed, spitting whenever I got close. Everyone knew I'd bring trouble. Even the gangs. The Duke's brother has been dead for a long time. But now was my chance to get back at Luca Abel for setting him off against pretty, young Deirdre. Nothing was the same for me after they took her away.
Poor Megan. Poor Deirdre. Hey, ginger-bearded one. Welcome in. How you doing? I saw you were considering doing a, Cult of the Lamb giveaway. How you doing? What's the plan for today? Are we doing more cult today? Are we doing some DBD today? What you got going on? I'm doing good. Any day that I don't have to go to work is a good day. And this is one of those days. Let's see. No. Don't have any runes or anything to worry about. All right. Let's confer with our new allies. We've got Megan with her arm and eye back. We've still got Sokolov. We've got Aramis, Stilton. All of these will start the same cutscene. It's a map of the Grand Palace. Alright, we're gonna watch this cutscene play.
Are you ready for this?
I've been inside a dozen castles and 100 mansions, and they're the same everywhere. The Duke's palace can't be anything worse than Lady Brisby's social afternoons.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Killing off Duke Abel is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah, I suspect that's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
Everyone who crosses my path on the way to Duke Abel is going to regret it. They all deserve to bleed.
It's not widely known, but the Duke has a body double. The man is the spitting image of Luca. A likable fellow, and quite humble. I've no idea where they found him, but the Duke's double has spent years passing for the Duke. I suppose Luca always hoped his double would be there to take an assassin's bullet. Take care. I hope to see you again.
I hope I've been of some help to you. It's good to feel useful, here near the end of my time. Look at you. In a lifetime, how many monarchs have done half of what you have in a month? I hear the Duke's wine cellar is exquisite, if you happen to pass through. I remember telling you stories at the Hound Pits pub so long ago. How you've changed.